Hey guys, have you ever written a cron job? It worked perfectly when you ran it manually, but in production it never ran. Today I will explain cron format and why cron jobs fail and the exact mistakes that causes production issues. By the end of this video, you will never be confused by cron again. If I will talk about cron is a simple Linux scheduler that you can mention to run your script or any bunch of script on a particular schedule or interval of a time. It is very helpful whenever you have planned your backup, log cleanup, database jobs, and even generating any reports. But using cron is bit of a tedious, and here is the problem why 90% of the people just copy paste the cron expression without understanding them. Let's understand what is cron and what its format. So here is a very exciting website which is called crontab.guru, which will come in handy if you want to get in hands-on experience on writing cron format. In here you can write your own cron or you can paste your own cron and then you can see what it does. I will first change it to very basic. Now the cron comes with five basic fields. The first one is minute of the hour, in which you can specify minute on which minute it is going to run. As it's a star, so star is taken for any value, and if I will try to run my script with this format, so it will run at every minute. Cron always evaluates this format from left to right. It does not limit it to star. It also can have a comma means valueless separator in place. For example, in here I can mention 2, comma 4. That means it will run at minutes 2 and 4 of each hours. Okay, I can also have ranges. That means it will run at 2th minute, 3rd minute, and 4th minute. The next column is for hour, in which you can mention hour and it ranges from 0 to 23. The third field is for day of the month, which ranges from 1 to 31. The fourth one is for month, which ranges from 1 to 12, and you can either specify number value or Jan, Feb. The last field is for day of the week, in which you can mention values from 0 to 7th, in which the 0 and 7 stands for Sunday itself. In here you can mention sun, that means it will run at every minute from 2 through 4 on Sunday. You can also have a comma and then Friday, so it will run at every minute from 2 to 4 on every day of the week from Sunday through Friday. If you only want to run them on Sunday and Friday itself, you can run Sunday, comma Friday. Okay. You can also have the ranges. For example, if I want to run, so what will happen to this cron format? So it will be running at every second minute on past 7 hour on Sunday and only Friday. Here is the very common example of it. For example, you can mention 0, 2, and then star, then star, then star. That means it will run at 2 a.m. daily in the morning. If you want to run at every 5 minutes, then in here you can mention star and then 5. So it will run at every 5 minutes past 2 hours. Now keep in mind that 0 slash 5 and star slash 5 is not similar. You always should mention star slash 5 in here. Now suppose if you want to run at 10 a.m. in the morning and you are going to run it from Monday to Friday. So how you will modify that? So for that, as I am not specifying any minutes, so I will specify 0. And for 10 a.m., I will specify 10. Then for the rest of the value, I will mention star star. And I want to run it from Monday to Friday, so I can mention 1 to 5, or I can mention mon hyphen fry. Okay, so it's going to run every day from Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. in the morning. Now, what if you want to run it at first day of the month at every month? So here is a 0 means 0th minute, then 0th hour, then first of the month, right? So this field was for month, and then you can mention a star and then a star. So it's going to run at 12 on day of the month 1. Okay. Now, how this comes in handy, how you are going to mention this. So, you are going to mention these things in something called a cron table. Cron table are basically specific to your profile and you can edit them by navigating to cron tab -e. Now, this will open a editor. By default selected editor, in my case is Vim, and you can write your cron tab format in here, and then you can provide a command that will be executed to run at that particular schedule that you have defined. I will put I for going to insert mode as it's a Vim editor, and then here I can just type star 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 star, and then you can mention any command that you would like to execute. For example, echo, and then your field means hello from DevOps. That means it is going to print and execute this command, the highlighted command, at every minute of the time. Now let's understand what are the common mistake that we should avoid or common error that we can get whenever we are using cron in our production environment. Suppose if you are trying to test this cron tab and cron job and you are trying it manually, so it works perfectly fine, but whenever you have mentioned this in your production, so it is getting failed. So the first problem could be is that cron has limited environment variable. And why it is so? Because cron does not load your .bash rc profile or your dot profile in your linux, or path is very limited. So what I am telling you here, how you can fix that. For example, here I will mention that hey, go ahead and run a Python script at every minute, and I am mentioning Python, and then I have a script called script.py. So if your environment variable is set up for Python, so it will run successfully. But if it is not, then it is not going to run. So to fix that, you need to provide an absolute path to your Python executable. For example, in my case, I will mention user, then bin, and then Python 3. And how you can verify that? So you can just open a new window and you can type which Python 3. So it's in my user bin Python 3. So I can specify an absolute path instead of just specifying Python 3, and I will also specify an absolute path to my script. So it will be script.py, right? So I am only giving example. If you want and if you don't want to specify an absolute path, so what you can do, you can also specify path environment variable inside your front tab. So here you can just define path and then you can mention user and then local and then bin and many environment variable or path that you can define in here. So 90% of the time, if it works manually but not in Chrome, it's definitely your environment issue. So try to fix that. In most of the cases, if it is not running in the production, it's definitely the environment issue. The second type of issue faced by the developer are they tackle that cron runs in wrong time zone. If you haven't selected any time zone, so they are going to run in a default time zone which is UTC. So you need to check what are the time zones that you are currently referring to. So if you want to check your current time zone, so you can type time, date, and then CTL. So as of my recording, my time zone is Asia Kolkata IST. So in my case, I am good and it should expect me to run that cron tab or cron job in my IST format itself. But if it is showing for UTC, so you can change it using anything in your cron tab. So in your cron tab, you can mention cron underscore tz equal to Asia slash Kolkata. And then you need to reload your bash RC profile so that it will reload your cron tab and it will change it to from UTC to IST format. Now the third type of issue that you will definitely tackle is permission issue whenever you are trying to execute any file using cron tab or cron job. For example, I have one script in here. For example, suppose it's a script.sh file, and if you are going to trying to execute it, it is not getting run. So make sure it is set to executable. To check whether it's executable or not, you can just go ahead and type ls-la. So you should have an executable permission in here. For example, suppose this is a script file, and here you can see that it has executable permission. So you can see it has xxx in here. If it is not, then go ahead, make sure you change it to chmod then plus x, means making it executable, and then you specify the script name and then you hit enter. After this, you will be asked for an admin credential and your script will be changed as executable. If you don't want to change it inside your main VM, and if you still want to execute it, so how you can do that? In your cron tab, you can mention with, so first you need to mention your cron format when you want to run it, and then you can mention that hey, you are going to run it using bin and then bash, and then finally the absolute path of your script. Okay, script.sh. All right. Now, there is one case if cron fails silently, but there are no logs. You see nothing. And this happens because whenever you are writing any cron tab or cron job, output is discarded by default. So in this type of case, you can redirect or your output in any of these file, or you can redirect your error in any file. For example, if I will go to this schedule job, so in here what I can do, whatever error that I will get, I can just write it to my var then log cron dot log file. If it is error, so 2 is for error, and also I can mention 1. So whether it is a standard output or a standard error, it will store all these things to cron.log file, which is stored at var log and cron log. You can also store at various locations. For example, for output, you can define another log, and for error, you can define another log. For example, if you want an output file, so you can definitely do that using at your location, you can just define output.log. But if you want to have a log, a different log for error, so you can just define 2 and then you can define error.log. So if you will get any error while executing this cron job, so you will get error.log file and you will get all the logs within it. But if it ran successfully and if it contains any output, so it will store at output.log file. Till now, we have discussed four problems. The last problem that many developers are going to face is when cron runs as a different user. Basically, this happens when file permissions or access denied error. So we can check which user owns this cron format. So for that, you can just type cron tab hyphen L. So it will tell you that for me, for my DevOps user, there are no cron tab available. So if you want to use cron tab for your sudo user, so you can type sudo cron tab hyphen e. So it will overwrite all the cron tab that is set for the user, and it will run it and set it the cron tab for your sudo user. At last, if your cron services are not running also, that might also cause the cron tab failure issue. So how you can check that? So for that you can just use system ctl command to check the status of your cron. So you can type system ctl then status and then cron. So it will tell you whether your cron service is active or running or not. If it is stop, then you can just type system start cron. If you want to enable it, you can type system ctl and then enable cron. All right. So these are the 5 or 6 common mistakes or common error that developer used to get whenever they are trying to deploy cron tab or cron jobs in production format. Make sure to definitely use this very useful website which is called crontab.guru. Go ahead, play with it. Try to mention your own format and try to play with it. If you face any issue, just let me know. So if your cron jobs ever fail silently, this video definitely just saved you an hours. Like, share, subscribe, and comment cron debug if you want a real broken cron demos. So that's it for this lecture. We have more upcoming topic for interview preparation series. So stay tuned for learning about any particular tools or software used in DevOps practice. Please navigate to my YouTube channel. You will find various courses for them. Let's meet in the next topic. Till then, take care, everyone.